Hello. This video is going to be all about navigating through Logic Pro X, and I'm going to use one of my song files to do it. So first of all, I'm going to go into Logic. So I'm just going to open it up here, and you should now see it up here. So this is basically an overview of the entire song. Without vocals again. We have vocals recorded separately. So what I did was started with this. I wrote this music as an instrumental, and then we decided to set some lyrics to it. And so I can show you the finished product with the lyrics afterward. But first of all, I can show you what I did here. So this Maverick line here, this is actually the piano. So you can see here, you can kind of see wherever the waveform gets wide, that's where there's been a chord played, and you should be able to hear this if I play it here. So you can hear that there. And then if I just go out of that, by the way, if you actually know a little bit about Logic, you'll know that it organizes tracks. You can just stack tracks on top of each other, and each of these tracks is a different thing. You can see the names for these. So this Maverick, if there's any of you who are a Native Instruments user, you'll know the Maverick is a digital piano. And so you don't actually need to record a real piano with microphones. You can actually just record a digital piano. And there's several ways you can do that. If looking at this, you can see that there's like a little musical keyboard here, and so you can see that each of the keys of a piano, you can see the black keys and the white keys, and they actually correspond to letters on the keyboard. You can use your computer keyboard to literally play the piano in this case, and then you can hit hold tab for the sustain pedal, and it's not practical for any pianists out there, but you know, if you just need to write in a simple melody, this will get the job done. You can also draw in the melody using a mouse, and or you can connect a keyboard. I actually have two keyboards set up to my computer right now, and you can actually connect using MIDI or USB. This video isn't about all that. This is just, I just want to kind of click through here and show you what a song looks like in Logic. So you can solo things. So in this case, here's the piano again. Nothing super fantastic by itself, but remember, sometimes when you're writing music, simplicity is everything. The next one here is a guitar. So if I solo this, right now there's nothing happening. So I'm actually going to hold Option and scroll with my mouse, and then you can actually see where there's going to be sound. So right now we have a flat bar, and that is why there's nothing happening. So I'm going to hit the forward square bracket to skip forward a bit here. And now here we go, we're about to play. Not really much happening there. It's just me. This is actually me playing a real guitar into a microphone. And then I have several plugins. There's something also from Native Instruments called Guitar Rig. And there is a lot in Guitar Rig. It's basically like a stack, a million different pedals all combined with little patch chords into one gigantic guitar rig where you can manipulate sounds. You can put in things like reverb, delay effects, distortion, all sorts of manipulations of audio. Really, the sky's the limit. Your imagination is the limit in this case. So, and in some cases, your time. So you can just click a bunch of things randomly, and you'd be surprised the kind of stuff you can come up with Guitar Rig. It's pretty cool. There's lots of different options here. This Evolve thing is just, this is a glittery effects plugin, or instrument rather, software instrument. It's a kind of cool thing. So it's basically a synth, that has a few enveloping things involved and some delay effects. So you can hear it has a it has a choppy sound. So it's like a delay thing that would go da 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 da, but rather than it being just a constant uninterrupted sound, I put an envelope on it, so this da 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 sounds chopped up. So that's how I got this sound. If you're listening really closely, you can tell that it's not an abrupt cut. It's an abrupt and incomplete cut. There's lots of things you can do with audio. If I zoom way in on that, you might even be able to see some of the chop and how far I chopped it. You can see that if I stop it, at no point does it completely flatline between those pulses. It gets almost all the way down. So you can zoom way in and you can see that there is, in fact, still some sound happening there. By the way, I'm actually holding Option and Command and then scrolling with my mouse to do this, to zoom in and out on a file. So you can see it in the full context there. And when you look at it in the full context, it just looks like a solid piece of sound, and technically it is. It's just the dynamics. There's a lot of dynamic stuff happening there that you can't see when you look at it this zoomed out. So you have to scroll way in to see the details there. And you see how fast it goes through it all. And anyway, this is soloed. So right now I'm clicking on empty space here, and I'm going to press Z, and it shows you takes you back into the full context of the song. So here we have a big silent section for that particular effect. Meanwhile, if I unsolo that, you'll hear what's happening. Sounds like a bunch of nonsense right now, really. So if I skip forward here, I'm gonna do a shift forward, a square bracket. It's basically, or shift period. So you can just hear it's very ambient. There's some drum stuff happening in the background. A lot of syncopation. There's drums happening on both sides. You can see it's getting interesting here. It's getting louder. You can actually see that it's getting louder. You can see the size of the waveforms. It's literally getting bigger and bigger and bigger. That's how you can see that it's getting louder. So anyway, I'm going to stop that. And then I'm going to pull out the actual song with amazing singer-songwriter friend.
Bathed in the light, the world must fight with all arms put aside. Open wide our eyes, all for love shall walk in peace. There's nothing broken or shattered we can fix. I think I've seen all that I can, yet I still stand. Awaken with hearts on fire. We will come together, na 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 na. Awaken with hearts on fire.
She sounds better than I do. It's better than she did the 999s. So here we are, verse 2. This is a teaser. I'm gonna skip forward so you can hear the climax. Cars are starting to ramp up in the background.
Waking with hearts on fire. We will come together, na 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 na.
There's that chopped up, see? You can hear it again, yeah. It's just there for effect.
Waking with hearts on fire. We will come together, na 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 na. Waking with hearts on fire.
That's basically the gist of it. There's I really applaud Aliza King on her vocals. She's a great singer, actress. She works out of Vancouver. Happy to collaborate with her. Anyways, we did this a few years ago, actually. And this, I thought I would just show you what that song looks like in Logic. So there's a lot of, it's a very powerful tool, and I've not even really scratched the surface here for the options, but I hope this is a helpful recording for anybody who might even be thinking about what it takes to make songs in Logic. Anyway, have a good day.